Hi there, everyone. Welcome to Planning Your Summer Programming with Canva AI. We're thrilled to be here. My name is Mary Walker-Hope, and I'm one of your facilitators this evening. And I also have with me Jeff Henniger. And Jeff, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm a grade 5 teacher in the Halifax area of Nova Scotia.
That's great. And for me, I'm actually a retired teacher librarian living in Brighton, Ontario. So Jeff and I are doing this virtually as well, which is great.
All right, so we're here today on behalf of Logix Academy. So if you're unfamiliar with Logix, they do a ton of support for different platforms, different technology tools, and also for a lot of hands-on coding devices for children and youth as well. So if you're unfamiliar, please check out logixacademy.com to learn more all about us.
Sounds good.
And we would also like to thank Microsoft for their generous support of this workshop as part of their commitment to fostering a broader understanding of AI. So that's beyond their own tools. They want all of us to understand AI broadly. So we really appreciate their support here.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so today's plan, we're going to get you set up in Canva. If you haven't experimented in Canva ever before, then I think you're going to really enjoy some of the things that we're going to take you through. And if you've been in Canva before, maybe this is just an extra little bit because you maybe have never used Canva AI. And so that's where we're going to center all of our teaching today for you. And we'll look at some of the features in Canva AI. Then we're going to give you tons of time to actually pause and play and take time to explore and check out the different apps that we're going to show you, and also give you some ideas to take away so that you can think about adding those maybe into your summer programming if you haven't already started it, or if you have started it and these inspire you, the things that we do in this session, then that's great. Hopefully you'll be able to very quickly add some of these things in, and that's the whole point of being able to use Canva AI.
Just something else to mention too before we get started. Microsoft has this tool called the Digital Skills Compass. So if you go to this website on your screen, there will be a survey asking you just about your comfort level with using AI and different things about AI and AI literacy, and it will give you a score at the end. And then after that, the nice thing about it is that it will offer you resources to help improve yourself in terms of your knowledge and comprehension of AI. Mary, do you remember what your score was when you did it?
It was above 36. I will admit. I think it was like 51 or something like that. But I definitely still have a ton to learn. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. We all do. And that's the thing too about all these different AI tools is that they're constantly changing, and it is something, that we have to kind of keep up with just to keep on top of it so that we understand it along with our students and our kids that we work with.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Well, just to remind you or to let you know if this is new for you, this is a pause and play session. So that means that we will give you chances after we go through an activity and run through some things in each of the apps. We'll give you some time and you take whatever time you want because the recording will always be here. So we'll take a break just for a few seconds in the recording, but you take as long as you want. So you don't have to worry. But if you see us come back on and go, oh, hi, we're back. Just stop. Just pause it and leave it paused and go try these things out. All right. So Canva, right? What will you design today? That's their big logo is, what are you going to design? Canva is an amazing tool for design. And now with the Canva AI, you can create docs, you can design things, you can create things, you can code things. So all of this can be done now with Canva AI. It will help you out with that. So you can see on their slide here that the Canva AI is going to show up as a little sparkling star off to the left-hand side on the left-hand side of your screen. But before we even do that, we also want to mention to you that if you have never used Canva before, then Canva has some means of having a professional account, or you can have a free account. And so what we've done for this session is Jeff has the professional account because he's an educator as well. And I set up a free account so you can see what the difference is in the two accounts. We'll talk about things as we go through with what's going on, but you easily can set up your account. And Jeff, do you want to just talk about the idea of how if you're an educator, what can happen for you as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So If you are a teacher in any public school or in any school system, Canva does offer all their software to teachers and students alike completely free. So I believe the website is just canva.com/educators. And if you go there, you can look at their list of criteria, and there's a chance that you might be able to sign up for getting free access to this stuff. So definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, and I think I do have a slide. That's why I popped forward. I'm sorry about that. But I do have a slide, I think, that shows too when you go in and you want to log in, and you may just want to try the free one to start with, or do the professional one for the free 7-day trial. And depending on what the budget is that you have at your library, then you can decide on that for yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
So once we're in Canva, you'll see that there's actually an app logo as well on the side as well, on the left-hand side, and that will also give us even more functions as well. So we'll get into that completely when we go right into the program. So Canva Magic Media is the very first activity that we're going to introduce you to, and we thought that this was a good one to start you with because so many of you are going to be programming and doing things with your younger students and maybe even your teens, depending on what your summer program is looking like. So this Magic Media is an incredible tool for not only creating books and creating book covers, and maybe you want to do like a book talk room or a book talk wall that all of your clients, I was going to say students, but your clients, all of the students, all of the children that are coming into your library, maybe they become the experts, and you can take a whole section of being able to let them talk about a book they love, and then create a book cover for that, and create a book talk for it, and have anybody else coming into the library can scan a QR code and see what their favorite book is, or have them create a book and do things with that as well. So that was so specifically to libraries that we thought it might be just a good introduction, and just to show you the tools as well. So one of the things, this slide I even just made with Canva AI as well. I just said to it, what is Magic Media? And so Magic Media, this all came up, and it said it's an innovative tool for enhancing digital storytelling through interactive and engaging experiences. And if I want to change that, I could have had that set up so that I would have said, my audience are 10-year-old children. And then the wording would totally have changed. But because we were doing this for you as librarians, we wanted it to actually be more adult as well. So I was talking about book talks, big, huge craze that's going on. And I'm sure you've already been hearing about it too. But imagine your kids being those ones that could create those little book talks about a book that they love, and then having a way to share it, and share it easily. So it's not going to be a lot of work for you. In Magic Media, you also can create whatever book cover you want to, just again by using a few words in a prompt, and that sort of thing can happen. So again, I'm going to show you that in just a moment as well. And maybe you're going to create that book cover just to go along with, a simple book like They All Saw a Cat. And this is one that I just popped in, and I said, tell me what a cat's perspective would be of seeing a human, a skunk, a worm, and a dog. And this is what it came up with, and it went into all kinds of detail about it. It's a whimsical animated book about so it just adds all kinds of information into. So we'll get into that as well. No, we don't get to pause because we're going to show you stuff first. So I'm going to just change the screen here and add this up on here. And as you can see, my account is the free account. It's telling me here I could start my free trial. So I could go and get into the account that Jeff's in as well. He's going to show you the professional one as well when he gets to that point. But for right now, I want to just be able to show you here that I have Canva AI up on the top. So when I click on Canva AI, it changes what my screen looks like. So I can take these guys out so I see all 4 of them. I can ask it to design something for me, create an image, draft a doc, code for me as well. All those things can happen. And what I'm going to do right now is just hit the draft a doc one here, and you'll see I can pick a type of document that I want it to make. So if you need a blog post made for your blog, for your library, saying something about an event that's coming up, or about just something exciting that's going on, or whatever, maybe you have to write a report about something, right? And tell your people who are giving you money about how well an event went. You know, any of these things can come from this. But what I was going to just show you right now is that if I click on story, okay, I'm going to draft this doc. It's going to be a story. My story is just going to be, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? 2 kangaroos at a zoo in Toronto decide to go on an adventure and see the CN Tower before returning home. Okay, let's just say this is my story I wanted to come up with. I know that if I was to write this whole story out myself, how long it would take me, right? To come up with the characters and everything as well. So right now you can see it's thinking. It's drafting the story. It's mapping it out. Takes a little bit. Oh, and I've already got a title. Look at this. The Great Toronto Escape, a kangaroo adventure. And you have no idea ever when you're doing this what's going to come up. And I mean, imagine your kids having fun with this as well. But so there's Skippy and Matilda. There they are. They're in the Toronto Zoo. And while they appreciated the eucalyptus leaves and spacious enclosure, they yearned for adventure. Okay, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but you can see how quickly this comes up. There's my characters. Skippy is enthusiastic, impulsive, adventurous, and Matilda, of course, is more cautious, right? And so off they go, doing their thing. Oh, and they even get a moral of the story. That is so fun. Anyway, so that's how quickly that can happen. Now, if I wanted to add more things to it, if I wanted to take something out, if I want to change the level that I want this story to be at, all I have to do is start typing again down here, and that will change things out again. Let me go back here though as well. So that was just drafting a story. I was saying to you though too, imagine I want an image this time. So I'm going to create an image. And again, I'm just clicking on those little boxes. I'll just show this again so you see those 4 boxes there. I'm creating an image. Okay. The style this time that I want. Oh, wow. I'm going to do the sketch color. Just that one popped out at me. I don't know why, Jeff, but that will do for right now. And let's say, oh, I want to have a book cover of this. So let me see, design. And remember, anything that you'll be reminding yourselves and your children too, that the more detail you put in to begin with, the more vivid those pictures will be as well. So I'm going to say design a book cover that shows a kangaroo on an adventure up a tower. I don't know if it'll do the CN Tower, but we'll just say up a tower on a sunny day in Toronto. Let's see whether it shows Toronto or not as well. And I can decide on my size. I know that this is the type that I'm going for is the sketch color, but I'm going to just change this into a square because that's all I want. It's just a little square. And again, I'm hitting the purple button over here on the right-hand side and going. And notice as well, there actually is a microphone there. I could talk this whole entire thing instead of typing it. I could just have the students just talk and say whatever it is they want to say. And if you have some students that have a hard time with writing, then there you go, right? You're all set to go. All right, you ready? Oh, wow. So for me, that's funny. I would say, I would actually add in, instead of a kangaroo, should have had 2 kangaroos, right? And they're there. All right. So I have my book cover. I could create a story completely, as you saw. That's my story. Maybe I'm going to try and make this story. I can go in obviously and change and just take that only as my story starter, right? The story doesn't have to stop there at all. This might just be the spark that one of your children needs to just go, oh my gosh, I have to add in this and do this and do this. And as they do that, it becomes more and more their own story. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go over on the left-hand side, see where we have the Canva AI. Okay, so Canva AI just brings up this section for us as well. But right below it is a set of 3 little rounded squares with a plus. I'm clicking on that. and that's my app store. Okay, so that's where all the apps are for anything that I want to do. There's just all kinds of them in there. But for right now, what I want is a QR code. So I'm going to put in QR code, and there we go. I want a QR code generator. Look at them all come up, which is amazing. And I'm just going to take this simple one. Again, you could do one that's fancy, whatever you want. But I'm in the free session, so I have a funny feeling that likely one of the ones at the top is the one that's going to be good for me. So I'll hit QR code. And this is going to generate a QR code in seconds. So I add a URL and we go from there. So I'm going to use this in an existing design. Let me go back to my projects. Oh, okay. I haven't, you know what I haven't done? I haven't saved my other thing. Just give me a second here. Yep. Let me go back to my back and my kangaroo adventure. Oh, and I'm not back on my, sorry, I should be back. And this is good actually for you to see this too, that wasn't that funny? It didn't save my kangaroo. Okay, that's okay. It should be here somewhere. So I can do it one more time.
Open up one of those recent chats, I think, and then you can probably save the document like there you go. And if you click on that document that's there now.
Yeah. Okay.
And then top right, use Canva editor.
Right. I was wanting to put it into my photo, right? So it was on the book cover. And so that was what I wanted. But you know what? I'll just pop it right on there. And then that's the idea though, is that I want the QR code on the book cover. So that would be there as well. Okay. So I can share this, and I can, up in the top right corner is where I have share, and I'm going to copy the link for it. And I could do a public view link. So if I click on that, I'm going to create a public view link. And as you can see, here is my URL. So I can copy that. And you know what? I can do this the other way too, right? With going in and doing a QR code and coming back to that. So let me just do that. It only takes a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the beauty of AI. I was thinking while you're doing that, Mary, I was like, you were generating that image, it's only a couple of years ago since if you needed an image, the best you could do, whatever, was what you could see on Google image searches. But now, you can be so specific with what you need, and it's so easy to customize things and tweak those prompts to get just what you need out of these tools. It's pretty incredible.
It's amazing, isn't it? Okay, so I've gone back to where I was with the QR code. I am popping in my my code that I had. This is going to link to my story, not to my picture, but that's okay. You understand the idea of it anyways. And look, it popped it right in there. So that if I was to take a picture of that, I would see I can make it smaller and everything too. If I was to do that, I would likely have it up in here on the color, the whole you can design as you want, but that QR code is the QR code that gets my story. And I would want that QR code on my book cover. Okay. Anything else that you can think of with this part right now? I'm just going to go back here to Magic Media. So I can, oh my gosh, like if I go into Magic Media as well, and it's funny because we were talking about Magic Media and I stayed for the first part, all of that was just on the actual main page too. So if I have two kangaroos, just because I'm now into this, no, you know what? I want to show a different one. I know a different type of one. So I want a story. Let me see. What do I want to create? So an eerie. Is it a spooky? I don't know if I want spooky, but I'm thinking just like a spooky alleyway with trash cans. And I just want to see what happens. Again, I'm going to do that different style this time. And this is for a teen book, so I would want to have it maybe filmic. That's neat. I like that. And I'm going to generate some images here. So they're generating, see, they've got alleyway, spooky, trash. So all those things are going to come up for my images. And I could take any one of those images. Oh, cool. There they are coming already. I think I like this one. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, it's popping it into there, but isn't that cool? So already I can take my book cover. I could take this and go, as we said, over into the editor and just and add a title right on top of that I've made up myself if I want to. Pop that QR code in there too. And I think that'd be great. All right. So this is where I'm going to go back over to here. If you, I'm hoping, Jeff, you think that that's all clear enough what I've come up with there so far for everybody to try?
Yeah, I think so.
Beautiful. Then I'm going to take this out for the moment. We're going to go back to here and we're going to let you have a little bit of fun. Unless you've already been doing that, which is just fine too. That's great. So what we want you to try to do is write an AI assisted story. So just make up a little story, see what comes up, set it for whatever audience you want as well. Think about your students or think about your audience, your children. Create a book cover. Go on in and try and hit Magic Media there on the left-hand side and create a book cover for a promotion that you might have. Or even try to make one of those QR codes as well of the reading, and don't do what I did and put it into the wrong place. Just remember that when you go in, you want to go over onto the, let me get back to here again for just a second. The one thing that we want to make sure everybody had, you're going into share. Got to get over here, sorry. We're right now in the editor. So if I was not in the editor, it would say right over here, Canva editor. And you want to make sure you're in there to be able to do all of this. Okay. All right, everyone. Have some fun and we'll be back with you soon. All right, we're back. Then Jeff, it's your turn.
All right. Well, we hope you had some fun playing with those different tools in there. And so the tool I'm going to be talking about is one that is available within the Pro section. So if you are just on the free one, maybe just watch this with knowing what some of the options are if you take the time to upgrade. So the tool is called Bulk Create, and it is a feature that goes within Canva Sheets, which is like an equivalent to Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets. So basically what it does is it lets you create with one template customized files for a purpose. For example, if I just throw this up here, there we go. So this is an example of a certificate. So I was able to make this one design, and then with using this bulk create tool, it's able to easily create all these different versions of the certificate with teacher names and the child's names changing every time. So it's really great for when you have one design and you have some text that you'd like to change within that. So for example, some things that I thought maybe in a library might be good. So maybe not just those certificates. We're also going to today try and make some scavenger hunt cards. So maybe in your library, like my local library, oftentimes when I take my kids there, they have a scavenger hunt set up and then they have to go around and explore different areas of the library. So this tool would be really quick and easy for creating those types of things. Maybe you have some posters that have a very similar template and you just need the text to change, or you need the language to change. This would be a great tool. Numbering event tickets. So if you have one ticket and you need each ticket to have a different number in the corner, this would do it in a snap. It would make it so easy to do. If there's some kind of maybe a screen in your library that has a daily message or like a quote or a book recommendation, this would also be great for that. And I'm sure as librarians watching this, you're going to have other ideas for ways that it will make sense in your context as well. So with that in mind, we're going to jump in now, and I'm just going to show you how within Canva, how you can go about setting this up. So to start off, I am going to go where Mary was, just on the main Canva page. And if you haven't explored this before, I am right here in this middle section. I have templates selected. So Canva has, I'll say, this might be an undershot, but I'll say tens of thousands. There's just so many templates on there that you can use that are designed by professional designers as well as the Canva team. So for my first example, if I just said, let's go kids certificate. And all of these are free to use within the Canva Pro. So maybe I'll just take that one that I took before. And then I can customize it.
That's great.
So this is where I get to do a little bit of preloading here. So as they do sometimes with these things, there's things that aren't, it's just gibberish. So I could either change this text or erase it. That is the thing, Mary, about these AI tools, is that they are such time savers, but they don't do 100% of the work for us yet. I like to use the 80-20 rule. You let the AI help you take the heavy weight. Let it do 80% of the work for you. But you always have that 20%, that little bit of extra time that you need to put into things to customize things or make it work in your context just a little bit. So whatever I needed here, I would be able to update. But for the sake of time, I'll just leave it for now. Sure. So I do need to have a text box if I want the students' names to be here. So I'm just going to go over to the side to text and just bring in one of the text boxes. And I don't have to put an actual student name. I can just leave it as a descriptor for now because this is just my template that I'm creating. And teacher's name is great over here, but maybe I'll just change this one to date. And then I need to have the actual text boxes above there for those things to go in. And Canva's so great and easy at helping you make things so perfect. You see that pink dotted line helping me center things as I go.
That's great, eh?
Just going to copy and paste this over here, center it in, and date. So now those are the three, I'll call them variables, those three things that I want to be customized on each frame. And the beauty of Canva, if you don't like a graphic, it's super easy just to switch it out. I can go into the elements, do a search for something that I want, like maybe this doesn't make sense for your library, or the graduation hat doesn't make sense, maybe a certificate for reading, so I want to have pictures of books or things like that. So it's very easy to customize and make it your own just with things like that.
I love the idea too when you're going to go into tickets and that sort of thing anyways too, aren't you? Because I love that idea too of just, you have an event coming up at your library, talk about easy to make it happen really quickly.
Yeah, for sure. If you could picture this as being a ticket, and then I just need to have a spot, like I've said, like a variable, something that's going to change, just that spot up in the top corner where the number is going to go. And then we're working towards adding all that custom data. All right, so I'm going to call this done. I'm just going to give it a better name so I can find it more easily when I get to the next part. Just going to say library certificate. All right.
And Jeff,
so can
you change the colors? I'm sorry. Can you change the colors in that too around the outsides? Is that that's it?
So within Canva, if you just click on anything, it kind of shows you the color here. So I think this one looks like it's separate. Yeah, this particular one is these separate sections. So if I click on that pink one, I can change the pink to something else.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
They also make suggestions based on the colors that are already in the design. So if I say, this blue, it's suggesting some other colors that might look nice with it. If your library has specific brand colors, you can upload them in so that it's something that you can pull from often, so that you're making sure that you're keeping on brand with your work. So all these little things you can play with. And that is another beautiful thing about Canva is I consider it to be a tool that's got a really low floor, but such a high ceiling on it. It's really accessible and easy to get into, and to just make something or find something that works for you. But you can go so far with it too, and you can take things to higher depths when you're ready for it. So it is a tool that expands with your needs. All right, so part one is done. I've got my certificate made. The second part is I'm going to go back to the main Canva landing page. So that's just back to the canva.com address. And from here, you're going to create a sheet. So that's like that Excel equivalent. So you're going to click on Create New Sheet. I think I have already started one, but it's not here, so I'll do it. All right, there we go. All right, so I'm here in this blank sheet, which looks pretty familiar if you're used to things like Excel. So I just need to remember those three variables that I said I was going to use. So I have student name or child's name. and I had date. And what was the third thing I had? Oh, I said teacher name, but it could be librarian name too, of course.
Right, exactly, yeah.
And so now with those three things, in your context, it probably makes more sense for you to actually fill these things in. And you could have, put your real dates in to do this. For me, and just because we're talking about AI, I'm just going to let this thing fill in itself with some vague information, and it gets you to see another feature too. So if I just highlight all three of those tabs, so I clicked on the first one, I held shift while I clicked on the last one. So now I've got all three columns done. If I go up to this actions, this is all the AI tools for the sheets, and you can explore these things. There's a ton of great stuff. But the second one down says fill empty cells. So I'll just let it try its thing first. Okay, it didn't give me what I wanted. So down below here, I can say this, but fill in, I'll say 20. I'll just say it randomly. So we'll see if it gives me random dates and stuff too. Yeah, there we go. So it's got 20 names for me. It's got the dates, and it's made up some librarian names for me as well, just for the sake of getting this demonstration in here for you. So now just like that was what, 20 seconds. Now I have this all filled in with some of that AI magic. And that's it. So with this spreadsheet made, a super simple spreadsheet, my certificate template made, I'm ready to do that final step, which is also pretty fast. So again, I'm going to select those three columns. So I'm using that shift button and back to actions. And then I'm going to go down just a little bit and go bulk create.
And this is where the bulk create is all about, yeah.
Yeah. So again, that was in actions, down to bulk creates. So this is going to make all those different versions of the certificate. So I've already selected the cells that I wanted when I did that highlighting. So I highlighted those three cells and I go continue. It's going to ask me which design do you want to put it in. So there's that library certificate that I made. So you see now I've got down below here, my sheet is on one little section, and then now it's attached to the certificate. And now it's asking me to make these connections. So if I click on student name, there's a button that says connect data, and I'm going to connect that to my sheet for student name. And the teacher, I'm going to connect that data. I called it librarian, sorry to be confusing. And lastly, I'm going to connect the dates. So I click on the dates, click connect, click on date, and now you see they've all highlighted. And that's the only three things I wanted to change on this file. So I have one more suggestion for this. If I was to click create 20 designs right now, it's going to create a folder and make 20 different files. It's going to make them all separately. For me, anytime I've used this, what makes way more sense to me is that it's going to make multiple pages in one design. So if you missed that, I went to the advanced options at the bottom, and I switched it from individual designs to multiple pages in one design. And now I'm going to let it do it. And it's done. So now I can say view in folder. And now I'm going to have that file, which should be this one.
Look at that.
And there they are. All those names, all those dates, all the librarian names.
Of course. Julie Roberts, Michael Jordan. That's good.
So, and if you had, an ongoing spreadsheet where you were collecting these kids' names and you were going to have a date when you were going to present the certificates, you could just have that file, and then the day you're ready, it's no longer copying and pasting names and stuff. It's just in a snap. It's just going to be done.
Yeah, and doing this summer reading program, right? To create a certificate at the end of that the kids could take home that would be specific to your library. I mean, you might already have a way that you do that already, but doing a summer reading program and then acknowledging those kids that have been able to and there might even be that one of the variables on there is to say how many books they read that summer, right? And keep track.
Yeah, great point. Yeah, that'll be a nice addition for sure.
Yeah.
I do have one more quick one just to show you this again. So the idea was that we could make a scavenger hunt, and you can let AI help you come up with the clues. You can even ask it to tell you, like make them rhyme for you. So I put in just a clue number, library scavenger hunt clue, and then the location that it's going to lead to. So if you know the locations you want it to lead to, you could fill those in and then let that AI automatically fill it in for you. But for me, because I don't have my own library, I'm just going to let it fill it all in.
I would have
So I'm
loved
going to
to
do
have this. Every September I've always done, right, checking out the Dewey Decimal System. Like even something like that, doing a scavenger hunt and having the kids find out where the books actually belong, right? To just know your library. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So here we are. And it like it did it first try this time. So now if I wanted to, maybe I want to say this, but make the clues rhyming. I could do that. Maybe I want this to be a reading activity and I want it to actually be like 4 sentences each. Like I want them to be longer. I could ask it to make longer clues. Or maybe if I wanted it to be simpler, or I wanted it to be that I have one version for my, my
Yeah.
middle grade students and I want one for the lower. You can have different versions of the clues very easily. And then I can just insert it and I've got that all done. For the sake of time, I just went on those templates again. So that was back on canva.com, and in a template search, I just picked, I asked for something of pirate theme. And this one was actually like a 3-year-old's birthday party invitation. But I changed it up so that it's more blank and ready for the thing. So I've got the spot where it's going to put the clue down here, and the clue number is going to come up at the top.
That's great.
So yeah, just again, I can just highlight those and go into or create. Uh-oh, I'm gonna have the same thing that you ran into. Get stuck here.
Oh yeah.
It's not gonna show me. It's not gonna show me what I want. I'll just make another one quick. Let's go pirate. So I can find that one again super fast.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, let's grab another one. This one's good for now. All right, so I picked one out, and I could say find the treasure, and I can take out some of these dates. So now all I've got now is a box for the clue.
And you wanted your number somewhere on there or something.
Oh yes, thank you. Yeah, let's copy that box and put it up in the corner, just for the number. And that's probably all I need. Oh, it's trying to get me to order them. Just change the name so it's easier to find. All right, let's see if that does it for me. I got too many tabs open here, Mary.
That's, you know what, I do that.
I'm lost in my own tabs. All right, let's
no worries.
And try it again. All right, so I got this. There's 3 columns. Oh, it's like, let me do it now. Of course it is. All right. I'm back to the one that I had initially. Clue goes here. I'm going to connect the data to the clue. Oops, I got that wrong. Back it up. Connect the data to the clue.
There it is.
And that will do the number.
And see, even this is like, yeah, already so advanced.
Yeah. And the letter, the location would just, I'm just going to leave that in the sheet. That's more for you. So once again, I'm going to change it to do it multiple pages in one design and create the design. And now I've got those ready to use posters that I can just print off, stick around the library with the clues on each one, ready to go.
Isn't that amazing, eh? Yeah, that's great. Yeah. And I mean, and to create all of those at different times too. And as you said, for different themes. So if you have different camps going on in the summer and you want to do a different kind of scavenger hunt with each week with each of the kids, then fine, right? You just change around you can keep the clues the same if it's different children that you're going to have, or change them according to their age, what their age is going to be. But if you have a different theme for each of your weeks, then yeah, change your template right there in Canva and have your clues all ready to go again.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like we were saying, like different levels, or it's super easy to change the language if you wanted to have within your templates the English translation, but also the French or the Arabic on the same page. Like that's easy to do with that AI to get it to help you with the writings.
Yeah, and we're going to come and show you about that as well in the next section about changing languages. All right. Okay, so we are ready to roll with this then, right?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to tell them what they need
All
to try?
right. Yeah, sure. So, sorry, if you are ready to give this a try. So for activity 2, just like I was doing, you're going to choose a template and customize it. Then you'll create a Canvas sheet and add your personalizations to it. If you just, for the sake of playing around with it, want to use some of that AI tools like I was using, just fill in some data to play with it, that's great. And lastly, you're going to use that bulk create button in the actions menu to create those multiple files.
All right, excellent. And remember, you can rewind this and look at certain spots all over again too, to get, if you've forgotten or can't find where things are supposed to be, just rewind and take a look at that as well. Okay, have fun. All right, we're back again. We hope that everything went well for you, and obviously, too, if there's something that you didn't get, then please make sure you just go back and take a look again, and hopefully it all becomes clear. We're trying to be as clear as we can be here. All right. So the third thing that we wanted to mention to you is, so now you have all these ideas. You have some ideas. I shouldn't say all these ideas, but you have hopefully lots of different things happening in your heads now, and you need to be able to promote all of those things as well. So the last section here is going to be about how do we actually promote this stuff? How do I put this on social media so quickly, so easily by using AI? How do I create a poster that I can pop up in the front door and put onto the website and do all those kind of things as well? And how do I put this into different languages as well? So that if I have some students, some of our children that are, that are not English speaking as the first language, then wonderful that you could actually change all of this. And that actually goes for your stories as well, right? Anything can be written in any language. So that's the wonder of it all, is that we'll show you how Magic Switch also works as well. Okay, oops. That always seems to happen. So Magic Write is a fun tool that helps you create stories, posters, and everything really nice and quickly. And one of the things that I did was I just put in what would Magic Write be good for librarians. I just threw that into Canva and I said, okay, tell me the benefits in that. And I know you can't read all of this, but it again shows you how many different things it shows it's really great for. So research assistance, right? If you're looking for content creation, organizing things, it's a great support as well. And this just came up automatically. And even when I just wanted to say, give me a logo for Canva Magic Write, this is what came up. And again, gave me 4 different versions of it. I could pick whatever I wanted. I could change the colors of it as well and do whatever I wanted to do once I was back in Canva. So what I loved about this was that it gave us an idea of brainstorming. So you're stuck on an idea about a story, right? So Magic Write can give you some starting points. It can give you those story starters. It can enhance your text. If you don't have a whole bunch of adjectives in there, and it really makes it into a rich narrative, which is what I really, really like as well. It really is great about summarizing as well and giving you those story starters. The headlines, for me, when I'm doing a social media post for the library, I always find that I'm trying to think of the right words. And quite often I will take like 20 minutes to make just a simple little post. Whereas now I can go into Canva AI and just have the post made up just like that. So that's one of the major things about what is really great for librarians to have for this. And we're not having you pause yet. We're going to go back in live. So here I go over to here. And again, I'm in my free account, so I'm hoping that things are the same. And Jeff, what I did was I went through and looked in templates as well when I was in here while you were doing yours. And I felt like everything was going to come up for that as well. I went in and was playing, so that's why those circle ones are there right now. But I think the free version does have quite a bit with that as well. Now, I had a problem with this because I went looking for my Magic Write, and it normally was on my side over here. And on this version right now, I'm not seeing it. But I have a funny feeling that once I go in to design something, then it's going to pop up. So let's look at design for me. So of those 4 little boxes that are right across the top there, designed for me, and I want to do social media. Okay, so social media, I want it to be, doesn't really matter which one. What should I post on? Should I post on Instagram?
Go for Instagram. Yeah.
Let's do Instagram. Sure. Let's do it that way. So I know, for example, that we talked about the book talk wall. So it's coming up to the end of the summer, and I know that the kids want to really have an event where they can be really proud and present their books and all that sort of thing as well. So let's say book talk event at our library. Come see what we've done. I'm just putting this in right now. We'll see what comes up with this, and 24, 2025. Okay, so that's going to be the day that it happens. Again, I'm going to the right-hand side here and clicking. And this is why I like the fact that Magic Write is going to help me, because it will make this a much, much, much nicer post about the book talk event. And that's my thing. That's what I was meaning, was like, how do I make this interesting and the whole bit, right? So we've got an Instagram. Join us for fun. Look at it's all. So I didn't say anything about it being kids, which is funny, right? So I should do that as well. Make this for children. Whoops. Come on, Mary. Children aged 10. All right, let's see what happens now. It should change. It's thinking again, coming up some more, another post. But again, I want my wording to be different, so it's got to be there. So where am I finding Magic Write on my free version? Because I know it's got to be there. So let's see if I click on one of these, if I get Magic Write to come up. Oh, and look at the difference now, right? It's changing it totally differently. So let me just get this guy here. I'm going to, I clicked on just the very first one just for now. I'm going up to use Canva Editor, which is up in the top right-hand corner. And hopefully you've already done that with when you were working with the other things that we had happening. This would definitely be for younger children. So maybe this is it. Instead, it's going to be story time, right? Come to story time at whatever time it's going to be. I'm going to take this. Please, there it is. Phew! I was like, it has to be there. Okay,
yeah,
so
that's where I always find it too.
Good. I clicked on the wording. Okay, I have Magic Write as the little pencil with the 2 little stars by it, and you can see Magic Write actually appear there too, I hope. So right there, I'm going to hit Magic Write. Oh, thank goodness. And so I want it to be more fun. Oh, that's going to be fun. Let me just see what that one does. More fun. It's rewriting it. Oh, I want to change this into, I'm going to this, but make this a story time at the library instead. And generate. Oh my gosh. Okay, that wasn't
writing you the story. Yeah.
It's writing me the story. Oh my word. Okay, so no, not more like this. So I'm going to, I don't want it replaced. I'm going to delete that. That's fine. And let's go into Dr. Zeus, take him out. And, I have to have something in there. Sorry. So story time. This is going to be cute. I wish we could see what everybody's doing, because they're going to just be popping things in and going, oh, that's not good. So the transform text, is that when you usually have it rewrite things, Jeff? I'm noticing it has the crown beside it, which is the premium.
I'm not sure which one is transform.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll find out.
I'll just, let's see. So we want this, but come to our reading nook for story time. And just change Oh, it's just left it there with just that. That's disappointing. Usually it will come up with some pretty fun things to add into it, but you can try it and see what happens with your posts. But I know usually there's more wording in there too. And if I didn't have a picture, I think what would happen is that it would actually post up and say it would turn it into, oh, come and see how creative we can be with blah 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 blah, and all those wordings would be there as well. So mine's disappointing. Yeah, that's okay. All right. So I do want something in here though, because we do want to do the magic switch as well. So I'm going to go back out to Canva. Okay. And I'm just going to go back to the main page again too. There we go. And let's do with Canva AI. I'm going to have it design again because I want something with social media and for it to change into different languages. So let's do that. What should I look at? So I'll just do join us for. I'll just say join us for story time in the library. And I want to do. I could actually pick my media. So I'm going to go back out and show you that. This plus is that I can add media already that's been made. So I can come in and have a what looks like what I would like the library to look like. So maybe I like this one down here. I'll use this image. And so I know it's going to use that. And if I want the format, again, I can do the Instagram post. That should work this time too. And let's see what happens when it does it. And in a way, it's a good thing that it makes mistakes because it just shows that humans are still valued for being around here. Okay. Make this whimsical and a whimsical and fun event. See if that can be happening as well. And it'll always give us 4 ideas. So each time, and the ones that we had up here, they're fine. But I like the idea that when it's in here, it's got different things there as well. But we want to have one that will be able to change over. Oh, that's just too wild, eh? Anytime I've done this, I've had so many words pop up. It's been hilarious, but that's fine. We'll use this one because it's there. But can we? We'll use the editor. So go up to the left-hand corner there. Use the Canva editor. I can change the colors. I can change the pictures. I can do any of that I want, and all those things can just even come over here on the far left. You don't have to have AI do it. You can do it yourself as well, or pictures of your library, etc., etc. And then if I come up here to our, instead of magic right, where would we find our?
So if it's available on your free version, it'll be in that resize button at the top left.
On the top left? Okay, let's see.
So you got to do your 30-day trial to get it.
You got to do the 30-day trial. I was intrigued by that, yeah, and it's just good to see as well. So why don't we have your screen show then, Jeff? And let's throw one up.
I could very quickly do a little demo here.
You betcha.
I've got this is up and ready. So again, this is on a pro account that has all the things working. So this is just one of my scavenger things I made. So I can just go to that resize button and scroll down. And then there's these magic switch options. So I could transform it into a doc if that made sense for what I was doing. But translate is what I want to happen. So I can choose a language. So I can just say I want it to be in Arabic, keep the original voice, and apply it to all 10 pages, which means it's going to take every single one of those scavenger hunt things I made, and it's going to make a new version.
Right.
So let's just do that.
And it's interesting and I like the fact that we've done this for both, because as I said, I knew that normally I had all kinds of things happening. So I think my recommendation is that you try to see if you can get the pro version as well, to be able to do the extra these extra little things. If it doesn't bother you, like if you don't need it for promoting and for social media, and you don't need it translated, then this works. That's fine. But I do like the features that are in the pro one as well.
Yeah. And as a subscription service, it is something you can try out for a month, or, if you need it, you're going to need it more in those summer months, you can, get the pro for a little while and go back to the other one when you don't need it as much. But as you can see, I've got all 10 of those clues ready in 2 different languages now. So
that's great. So Jeff, why don't we just really quickly then in yours, why don't we just do a poster, a really fast poster, so they can see how that works. And we'll just do one for the kangaroo story. How's that? And kind of, or not the kangaroo story, but to promote the fact that they'd be doing book talks.
So just to see like a social media, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah. So go up to Canva AI again.
Yeah.
Yep. You're there. And so, yeah, that one. Perfect. And then design for me.
Design for me, social media.
Actually, I'm thinking I wanted a poster this time. So instead of social media, we're just going to have it so that they have a poster that they can put up as well. So that, I think we'll do it. Presentation.
Yep.
Or there we are.
I think I can just say
you can just write it. You can
poster
write it.
For a library event?
Yes. Yeah, for a story time at the library on July 14th. Perfect. Okay.
Let's say make it kid friendly for 6-year-olds. We'll see what it's.
Perfect. And then you'll still be able to get a URL link for this to put into your website as well. So that's the nice thing with all of these, is that the posters themselves, maybe that's what you want to promote even on your social media. So it can be popped right over onto there, and you can link your Twitter account right to, or whatever X account with Canva, so you can pop it right onto that social media as well. Okay, here we go. Good.
It gave me, I kind of clicked past it. Actually, it's just like this. It gave me some more options, like it's like more designs, or it said with animals reading books was what the button was that I clicked. So now it's giving me the option. I can say more playful colors. Let's do that. Let's see what they look like.
Thank you. And this is what
that revision process.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, like something like this is kind of like what you're picturing, eh? Like
exactly. And then go up to use Canva.
Yeah.
And then to the share. I mean, they could do more things as well, but let's hit share, and you can see right there, okay, that you can send it right to your, yeah, you have Google Classroom. Imagine that, eh?
Yeah.
For school. Yeah, but they can download it and have it as a PDF to print out, or they have there's a public view link as well.
Yeah, if your account was attached to your your library's Instagram or wherever, it could literally send it directly to those different platforms as well in one click. So you got all kinds of options for sharing straight out of Canva.
Beautiful. That's what we needed to show. So thank you. All right. Wonderful. So we are going to give you one last time to take a look and try and have fun trying to create a social media post. Or a poster, anything like that. Use the magic right. Then try magic switch as well and create it in another language and see how that works for you, okay? And we'll be back. Hello there. Okay, we're back. Imagine that, eh? So hopefully from all of these things, you've had a chance to take a look at some ideas of what could help you this summer with your summer programming and using Canva. I know that it takes, it's a lot. There's a lot there, and there's so many things that we haven't even been able to discover. So just to remind you as well, take a look at the other apps that are there on the left-hand side in Canva, and just fiddle around and take a look. These were some that we found as well. So children's book app. This one takes books, the kids put in the idea that they have, and it creates the story. creates the pictures and everything for you that you could actually read along with it as well. And at one point, it's a paid one, I think, that ends up happening. It all depends on your budget, what can happen. If you have a 3D printer in your Learning Commons, like in your library, then looking at the app that's called Tracer might be a really wonderful one for you as well. It turns all of the it converts images immediately into SVG files that can then go into your printing program. And there's many, many more, but we just wanted to just remind you that they're there, okay? And Jeff, do you want to talk about the logic stuff?
Yeah, sure. So if you liked your session today and you're interested in seeing some more, if you go to logicsacademy.com/live events, you can see all the stuff that we have upcoming, whether it's for yourself and your personal learning or things that you think kids that are at your library might find interesting. You can register, and even if you can't make it to the live showing of the event, you get the link to watch it later. So it's a link that you could share with kids as they come into your library later. Like maybe there's a tool that we're doing sessions on and you just happen to have that robot toy at your library, so they could watch the session from Logix and try out these different tools. So you have lots of options for working with Logix in the future.
And I'll mention as well, because Microsoft is one of our big supporters as well that Logix works with. And so we have so many different workshops that are recorded already with Minecraft and all the different worlds that are created in Minecraft education. So they're great tools as well to take a look at and see what you can come up with from there too. All right, go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, and to end us off, your feedback is very important to us. So if you don't mind just going to this bit.ly short link and filling in the short survey just to let us know how you think the session was and if it met your needs, or if there's anything that we could add in the future going forward, please do share.
Yes, because I think we do have some more sessions that will be coming up for librarians, community librarians as well. So keep an eye open for those. All right. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. The bit.ly at the bottom, so the Summer Canva AI, that is the bit.ly that will take you to this PowerPoint or this presentation. So if you'd like to have a copy of that, you certainly can get it from there as well. Okay. All right. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay. Bye-bye.